Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. Wait a minute. Yeah, there's the time going. I'm writing this week's blog post called something like I'll Be Happy When. Not sure exactly if that's what it'll be called, but that's what its working title is right now. And so I thought I would just jump on and do a video about it as well. Sometimes that might help me figure out where I'm going with it, because when I write, I kind of don't know always where I'm going with it. I just write. So the basic premise of I Will Be Happy When is how we generally think. We have all kinds of situations in our life. Perhaps it's our job that we have a bad boss, a mean boss, or our colleagues are, hi Lisa, or our colleagues are not helpful, let's say, or we're the ones always having to do all the work, or whatever it might be, or our spouse is a pain in the ass, or our children are troublesome, and there's always something, right? It's always something in this life. And you ever get that feeling inside? You're like, if only this, I didn't have this job, or if I could get a new job, or if I could create my own business, or if my husband was different, or my wife was not so naggy, or my kids were better behaved. That like, it's always something, right? Maybe that's what I'll name the blog post. It's always something. The thing is, it's always gonna be something. If it's not those things, it'll be something else. And see, this is the trap of I'll be happy when. We think when I get that new job, or if I could leave this job, or if I got a new boss, or whatever, we think that will make us happy. We think, if we left our spouse or whatever, hello Linda, that would make us happy. So it's always something. It's always something else. I'll be happy when this, and the problem is, it's not like if you left the job. Let's say if we're talking about jobs, you leave the job, you get a new job, it's all good and happy, and you get a nice boss, whatever, and you feel great for a certain amount of time, and then something else happens, or you realize those people in that job are the same as the ones in the old job, because that's what you're going to end up finding. And it's the same with a marriage or any relationships. You leave one relationship for a new one, let's say, and you're just trading in different problems. The whole grass is always greener on the other side. It's not, because you're in this life, and this life is messy, and so there's no, if you keep thinking that these outside circumstances, if only they would change, I'll be happy. And you might not even think of it in those terms of being happy, just that I'll feel better, or I'll be able to live my life, or I'll finally be able to relax. I've recently heard from some people that, that the word happiness has so many connotations for them that, they're not even looking for happiness. That's just way too much. So even if it's just that you're looking to feel a little more relaxed or less anxious even, it's the same thing to me. Peacefulness, happiness, it's all the same. I use the word happy because I like that word, and I actually like to strive for happiness. But so, okay, back to this, this problem of life. The thing is, life is life. This life is, stuff happens, I mean, we can go along peacefully for a little while, and then the shit hits the fan again, and stuff happens. So it doesn't, by pinning all our hopes on this one thing, if our job was better, if our spouse was better, if our kids were better, if I didn't have anxiety, whatever your thing is, and that it's probably ever changing and ever multiplying, the thing is, none of those things is where your peace of mind rests. Your peace of mind, your happiness, your feeling good, your lack of suffering, we can even call it, comes from within you. Because it's what's going on in our own heads that's creating the way we feel, always. And that includes when we feel bad, when we feel good, when we feel indifferent. Now, this is not to say that it's our fault we feel bad. It's not to blame anybody, because it's not our fault what comes into our heads. What comes into our heads is just, random thoughts. And we can't help what they are. But they're not who we are. And so we don't have to let them drag us down. We are happiness. We are peace. We are whatever the opposite of suffering is underneath all the thinking and the thoughts. So we can be happy regardless of the new job, the old job, the spouse, the new spouse, the old kids, the new kids. It doesn't matter what everybody else is doing, because they're going to do what they're going to do. And it doesn't have any power to affect us. So if there's a situation in your life that you keep thinking, if just not for this, I'd be good, you're on the wrong track. You're on the wrong track if you're thinking that way, because you're setting yourself up to feel even worse later when that situation perhaps changes and you still don't feel good. The beauty of this is the victim thing. We're victim of thought. The beauty of this is you, by knowing that those things can't be what's causing you your unhappiness or your lack of peace, means you can't be a victim to it. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. It doesn't matter what crappy job you have or how mean the people in your life are. It doesn't matter, because none of that is what's causing you to feel poorly or bad or make you suffer. And so you're free when you see this, when you see that inside of you is where all of your peace and relaxation lies. When you see that for real through an insight or whatever, just all bets are off. It doesn't matter. You can have a crappy job, a crappy spouse, crappy kids, and it won't matter. And the best part is those things will change before your eyes. This is this is where the magic comes in. These things that you think are causing you unhappiness, when you realize that it's just your own thoughts that were coming in about these things, those things and people, those situations will not look so bad anymore. That's when you're totally set free. Because if you realize that the job, the boss is just living in the feeling of his or her thinking, and your kids are just living in the feeling of their thinking, and your spouse is just living in the feeling of their thinking, they're just acting human too, just like you do. They're the same. They're the same as you. They're the same as me. And they have no power over us. And that's where the freedom lies. That's where your freedom lies, not looking for the next best thing. So I will end this here. I think Lisa said you hit the nail on the head for me with what you just said. Oh, cool. Not sure what it was I said at that point, but so I will talk to you guys later. Feel free to post questions or whatever, or comments. I'll talk to you later if I can get to the close button with these things that have just popped up.